Hello. In this video, I want to show an intermediate version of the fiddle tune Cripple Creek for the mandolin. And for this one, this is a little different in that I tried to roughly transcribe a version from an old-time fiddler named Tommy Jarrell. There's a video on YouTube of him playing this tune in his own way, and plays a little bit different every time he goes through it. So I just grabbed some bits and pieces and tried to get some of that sound and then put it on the mandolin. So I'll play through this tune once, and then I'll break it down and go over it phrase by phrase. This tune is about half the length of the majority of fiddle tunes, which tend to be 32 measures, and this is only 16 measures in total. So it's a pretty short one, and it's in the key of A. So it's a pretty different version than you might hear more commonly at the jams, but it's fun. It's a fun version. So yeah, let me go over that phrase by phrase, and then I'll show you kind of a sort of sloppier way I would actually play this. But first, I'll just teach it with the version I came up with from that Tommy Jarrell recording. So to start with, so we're in A. It's a triplet pickup. So it's three notes that take up the space of two notes. And the common way that's done on the mandolin, you can do it a lot of different ways, but is to pick the first note down, hammer on to the second note, and then pick the third note up. So it'd be... which takes some practice to get down, and I miss it all the time, but it could be a cool sound, and you'll hear a lot of people throw that into what they're doing. And then the downbeat, that first note on the beat one of the first measure is this high A note here. So the first phrase. Let me play that again. So that's the first phrase. Second phrase starts very similar and then does something a little different. Oops, excuse me. So it's basically one measure that's the same, and then the next measure is different. Yeah, so that phrase again. Excuse me. Okay, so phrases 1 and 2 together. Great. Third phrase is almost the same as the first phrase, just the last couple of notes are different. Excuse me. I guess that phrase is the same. It's just the pickup notes into the fourth phrase is different. So let me play the first three phrases. And then that fourth phrase. So that's for pickup notes, that's two open A strings and then sliding. And you can slide, you can do a 1 fret slide from fret 3 to fret 4, or you could do a 2-note slide, which sounds even better, I think. It's kind of up to you. Let me play that 4th phrase again. Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay, that's the whole A part. It's that's actually the A part twice. So you can, I've written it out as a single A part, but it's kind of just a second ending on the second time through the A part. So you can think about it as 4 measures repeated, 2 A parts, or a single 8 measure A part. Here, I'll play the whole A part. Great. So then the B part, phrase 1, starts with a slide. And again, you can do 1 fret from 3 to 4, or 2 frets from fret 2 to fret 4. I'll mostly do 2 frets. So that phrase 1 again of the B part. And then the second phrase. Excuse me. So that's the same ending as the A part, and that's the whole B part. So we'll play phrases 1 and 2 together here. And that's the whole tune. So now I'll play it the whole tune all the way through, nice and slow, and play along with me if you'd like to. And I'll start with potatoes. Excuse me. Yep, that's once through the A part, or excuse me, that's the entire A part, both times through the A part. Then the B part. And that's the B part. So that's the whole tune, and the like I mentioned, you could play it exactly like that, and play it kind of nice and clean like that. But what I think I would tend to do with this, since I'm kind of basing it off a fiddler, is kind of just keep my right hand moving and kind of roll my fingers up in a few different places, basically putting in triplets in different places without necessarily thinking too hard about it. Here, let me just play that, and then I'll kind of show where some of those spots could be. I guess my thought process there is trying to trying to emulate the bowing of a fiddle, where they've got kind of continuous notes going the whole time, by just basically continuous eighth notes with my right hand, and then turning that into triplets by rolling fingers, where the third finger in the roll is a hammer on. So like just like we talked about, where the first note of the triplet could be a down pick, and then a hammer on for the second note, and then an up pick for the third note, kind of occupying the space of 3 notes. So if I go through the tune and kind of think about where I'm doing that, it's right at the start. And I kind of would do it here too. So I'm pick, hammer, and then up pick on that next string, on the E string. And kind of there too, you could go. You could go. Yeah, so down pick, hammer, up pick on the A string. And then in the B part, excuse me, there too. So down picking on this E note, hammering on the F sharp, and then up picking on the A note as a triplet. So those are options for you. In general, I would approach something like this where I'm just not thinking about it very much. I'm just letting my right hand do constant eighth notes, and then either going beat by beat eighth notes with my fingers, or throwing in the occasional triplet where it's easy to kind of roll my fingers up and make a triplet out of it. So that's Tommy Jarrell's a version of one of Tommy Jarrell's versions of Cripple Creek. There'll be info about tabs and lessons down in the description below. Thank you.